Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2. And this is Matchday 15. And I cannot believe that last time round, after Matchday 14, in which last season about 4 managers from Division 1 and Division 2 all got sacked, nobody went. Nobody went at all, despite, if we have a little look at what's going on here, the insecurity of 3 managers. Very insecure on our screen right now. You can see there Mr. Wooder, Mr. Duggan, who are playing each other tonight, and Quinton Fortuna as well. And I can see my co-commentator there having a little chuckle to himself. It's Steve Wright. Good evening, Steve.
Good evening. It's been a while.
How are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm just looking at that. Them two obviously play each other tonight, don't they? And I unfortunately play the other one. So something's got to give.
Happen. Something's got to give, indeed. Let's have a little look then. So, reminders of last time. When you look at the results, Fortuna, 6th place. 6th place, 1-0 win. What do their board expect is my question there. Dangley's down to 11th. I mean, at one point they were they were 4th after 5 games and have just gone down that table. And if we look at the Red West Pacific, they've been bottom since the start, so understandable, but not a strong side. What can you say? And Fortuna, I mean, top half for all but one match this season. I think it's very, very unfair. But what do I know? Do we have any? Can we see the? Have we got it on here? There's no board to even look at there, so I can't even tell you. Anyway, the table looking like this at the moment, and I mean, it must be nice for you, Steve, because you can see your team on the screen without having to scroll down.
Yeah, it's. I'd say, to be fair, I think we've had a very good season so far.
Not bad at all. Not bad. I mean, one result's not great, but it's been good.
No, yeah, from obviously looking at that from sort of game week 6, we had a real turn and
the big change.
We did really well. I think we won 7 out of 8, or it was 6 out of 7, 7 out of 8, or something like that. With only the game that shall carry on to be spoken about many times, I'm sure, before season's end. In between, and then we've had a bit of a rough result last time out, but pretty proud at where we've gone about it. I think every team above us is far stronger than us, which is decent. I think there's a couple of teams below us that are far stronger than us, especially Mr. Wooders with his hiding behind a concept for me. All good, really enjoying it more than last season anyway.
Yes, this season's much more of a team that you're enjoying, definitely. And it's great to see people in the chat there. We've got Stu, who's been in from the very beginning there. We've got Quinton, who we've spoken about there. Tato's in, and Mr. Dimble as well. So we've got a few people there, and I'm sure there are some others who will be in and out tonight as well, watching as they go along. Down at the bottom of the table there, Aussie's Dream, 10 points, so 6 adrift. Pelham 2 further back there, and Red West Pacific on 7. But at least every team's won. We've got no repeats of last season's Flamingos. We don't even have any last season's repeats of Dangleys or Gondor or anything, because I'm sure they're probably already ahead of last season's points totals.
Yeah, I mean, I think the positive thing for me is obviously how weak Duggan's team is, and he's actually got 7 points as well. Considering, like you say, the Flamingo squad were obviously very, very weak, but to an extent, so is that Red West Pacific team. So I think he's done really well to chalk 7 points up. Really has. But it's obviously all on back of She, really, isn't it? So without him in squad, I think they'd have been sat there. But
there are now 3 She's, but
well, with the main one that everybody knows and loves. But I think it's been a very, very enjoyable season. I mean, obviously, I'm not wanting to detract from Division 1. I just the way you put these divisions together this season and the concepts behind them all are brilliant. And let's just please stop Greavesy clamoring on that it can be a duel, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but he's only going to win Division 2 if he wins it, so what can you say? He's not going to... Well, who says... I say he's not going to win Super League this season, but, I mean, this is Greavesy. anything could happen. Um,
Yeah.
and yep, look, King Smuts as well. It's great to have you here tonight with your little one and your child, and Savage is here as well, and Swan in bed on mute. Let's all speak good evening to Swan. Um, uh, yeah, that's how to do things. Someone type and say hello to Swan. Anyway, we got some games ahead tonight. But just out of interest, Steve, what's on the drinking tonight?
Well, to be fair, mate, there were very, very little on the shelf in the supermarket I went into, so I've got their own lager. But I noticed as soon as I saw what you were drinking, I picked up on what it was, just seeing the colour and tin of what it is straight away.
Indeed.
It's very nice. I
Tesco
normally
pear
drink out of a
cider.
glass of ice, but
This
yeah,
is nice and cold from the fridge straight away. So why not? 5 feet is here as well. Well, there's quite a few people on the chat. I mean, it says we've got 3 viewers, but clearly there's more than 3. He's watching the darts by the look of it there as well. Mr. Horse and Steve say hello, Swan. Thanks, Savage.
hello, Swan.
Notice how I got my assistant to do it.
Oh,
Well, I didn't, but
he's not your assistant on this in this safe haven we have
no,
here.
he's ahead of me. He's ahead of me there by a point. So he's a good assistant to have there, definitely. And good evening to our Russian friend there with Vum.on. Vumong! Good evening, Vumong. Right, anyway, so tonight we've got 7 games, but only 6 of them are up on screen at the moment. There's a reason for that when we have a look at Mega Horse for their European quest. Badgers versus Aussie's Dream, Boston Pelham, Dangley's Red West Pacific, the old Dragons derby, but ex-Dragons derby. Flamingos Sprungfelt, Fortuna versus Divisionale, and Grove versus Blues. So just going on to the next day, Gondor versus Mega Horse. Mega Horse played in Europe the other day, played a mostly reserve side, and took a 2-0 win against Dukla in the first leg. It was up the Fomongs, yes, up the Fomongs. I think they're my opponents in the next round in Europe potentially.
Oh dear.
Is that Fifey talking to Savage there? Yuri Maguire refereeing, of course, as we noticed from the other day. Anyway, it's pretty much 9 o'clock, so let's get into game 1. It's going to Badgers versus Aussie's Dream. And Vomong doesn't play for Red West yet. I mean, it might be sat in the reserve squad at Grey, maybe. Who knows? The good news for Smuts is that Maresca's suspended, so he's had his 2 yellows, but he's had 6 yellow cards now in all competitions, 5 in the league. So he's had his 3 matches took him a 1-match ban, and then 3 yellows gave him a 1-match ban, and the further 2 yellows has given him another 1-match ban. So yeah, they're missing him, but they go out with that team today, so it sees Zedda stepping into that position and Romo onto the bench.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we know he's big loving for Maresca, and I don't think I've ever found another champ manager player that's ever got that loving for Maresca. I understand the squad, but yeah, there could be. I mean, having seen the Badger squad posted and what they're up against, they'll do well not to get a pump in here, but let's get Chewy on score sheet just for the masses.
This is a first here, isn't it? To the managers, this is the first time this is happening. But as long as they decide by half time, managers can choose the minute they want to make their second half substitutes. So Smuts and Tato, you can choose by half time at the latest when you want to make your second half subs, and obviously I'll click as soon as I can around that time. But you don't have to make them on the same minute. It just gives that little bit of flexibility into the second half if you want to make your subs at any other point. Same goes for all managers, of course. for tonight, but you do not have to make. You have to decide by half time. You can't go suddenly, I want to make a sub, because 40 seconds later it'll be different. Smuts is calling 69 minutes for substitutes already. Let's remember that one as we go along. He has a little chuckle to himself, but I will hold you to that. So, into Badgers. I mean, Tato, I'm not sure if he's heard that yet, because of course he's he's been to get his headphones. But his team for tonight sees an interesting little setup. Potentially a back five at times, and very much an attacking side that Arteta has heard. Fantastic, that's good news. And I don't know if he selected I don't think he has a captain, so both teams are just going with random captains by the look of it, unless either of them call a captain at this point. But tell us what you think about these, and Steve.
Yeah, he's obviously trying to maximise what he's got with the ball, and if you're getting caught with them full-backs up there, having Lesky and Famani heading back, it's I mean, look at that, it's a strong team and a strong lineup.
No idea what I'm going to do with subs.
with some very good players on the bench as well at this level. Yeah, like I say, I like what he's trying to do with the legal with and without the ball there. He puts them in attacking positions, and obviously trying to putting Ursi there, especially at left wing back, to try and get ball up to King KK and second King's easy. Yeah, it's looking a bit ominous just from looking at it for mine.
And Rayad captain. Some of us will know what happened last night to Rayad as captain.
Yeah,
Was it two yellow cards and gone in the first half? Was it?
Just about.
So both teams have called captains. Just waiting for your 71 joke. I don't know.
The only thing that
What's the
surprises
71
me,
joke?
The only thing that surprises me is the fact that Tato picked Bostock's team and he hadn't picked Harrison Mizovic himself. So I don't know what's going on there.
Hasn't picked him in there for himself tonight. You're absolutely right. Let's have a look at Aussie's dream one to the captain, and they would like it to be on Shway, so he is in there. And predictions, of course.
3-0, being kind.
We'll see what happens with everybody else making their predictions, but we're into the game. 69 with 2 viewers. Early chances. There we are. Collins has scored within 5 minutes, and Quinton was going 4-1. He sent that before the game kicked off, I'm sure, as well. 2-0 Badgers, says 7-1, says Smuts. Well, you're only 7 goals away from it. And Carlos Jackson had chances as well. It seems very much a going Badgers way. Renson, of course, providing his usual heroics to keep the score low, but he's probably made some more saves there. Collins with a chance as well. It's close to half time. This is just one. A second goal would really probably kill this game off, to be honest, but one chance could make a big difference. It's gone to half time just about. Oh, Kyle, he's missed, and there it is, half time. Yep, Renson, one of the best players on the pitch. Collins having plenty of chances. Aussie's dream had a chance.
Yeah, I think it's. Like I said, it was looking ominous. I mean, they've done very well to hold out there, but as we've seen recently in other streams and things, having a lot of amount of chances in the first half and doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to hit the second half, and just depends on if you can hold the team out. I mean, obviously, looking back at that 71 joke, 69 with 2 viewers, it sounds a bit like one of the old school bloody Twitter Champ FC streams, is that for me and Dimble? So it were.
And I was one of those.
But yeah, it's, I think bringing Lee and Pio on for Ursi when they're creating that much, I'm a bit surprised at him doing that, in honesty.
Where's he going?
It's looking like he's soliding up, and looks like he's worried about what they're going to throw at us. Them, sorry.
Them and us. And he wants to go to 70. Well, this would be fun. 69 and then 70 minutes. I mean, there is a chance that when I click at 69, it might go to 70 anyway. So we'll have to see. Badger's doing an impression of a good Dudley Hill. Good. I mean, good Dudley Hill's what we're seeing most of the time this season, to be honest.
with smatterings of lunacy.
Some of these things. Yeah, they comment about the six first of all, and then suddenly Smuts throwing in. Oh, I mean, Tato would have been fine to do your 70 minutes. I don't mind clicking a minute later. That's just what you wanted. Oh, Greaves is here.
What happened when I stayed at Dimble's house stays at Dimble's house. That's
Smuts is going as is. I mean, are you sure you've got? We're just looking at your team now. Radoy's on a 5 and a yellow card.
Of course, he's crap.
He is probably. I don't know. I think obviously all sentiment and things on Radoy.
He can't play centre half.
He plays it better than Matchday. Has he got 18 for centre back?
I don't know. I thought it would have been less than that.
Because like Matchday's 10, isn't he, for that?
Yeah, he's garbage. I hate him.
But yeah, I mean Radoy, old time it'd be like, oh, I'll get Radoy and he's nice and cheap all the time. But jeez, what's Fifey got the camera footage? It's he's my best player. Right, we'll leave him on. So we go in, and it's 60 minutes, of course, being abandoned there for this match. Both teams going 69-ish minutes time. It's Collins to make it 2-0. And when you look at this now, you think Badgers probably with a bit of just reading that comment, suffocating.
Just glad he didn't say again. That's the.
He's like a face mask. Anyway, so David Collins is on a 10. Just to check the other things here, Ray had 77% is potential knee injury, and Jack's a potential arm injury. Woo! We don't get many of those. But ratings wise, I mean the right player came off, to be honest. When you look at that.
Yeah, I mean, Leon Pure is a big favourite of mine. Really is good. He's had relative success in the Super League as well. I think he's massively underused by his manager. But then again, he don't play the formations to play him. He's got better options at playing centrally, which I don't really like doing with him either. But yeah, with Arasimovic up top, just put a bit more pressure on that weak defensive central pairing. Like I say, I'm not a Radoy fan. I never really were on this one anyway. One prior, maybe CM3, I were, but yeah, it's just I've always just found him to be a bit meh on this one.
A bit meh. Oh, Biohome's got no stamina. Good evening, Ryan. Welcome. Yeah, Kaka and Biohome are just playing a little bit. It's a bit tired, I guess. But looking at that, I mean, you would make changes. You would. I mean, Brooker for Jordanos strikes me as something to do there, and probably Tando for Zeda.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, if you're looking at Radoy and Morales on 5s and yellows, after what we saw, I mean, to be fair, for a season 1 Kaka, I think he's looking like best I've ever seen him for season 1. In fairness,
pretty solid.
Yeah, that's really good. But it needs that bit more around him, and yeah, I won't be surprised if them two stay on pitch. If one of them doesn't stay on pitch,
a CMSL trademark for meh.
I'm sure it was getting used far before you were a co-chairman. 5-8 by your good self, Abu lad. It's definitely a trademark of you.
Go 3 at the back. Morales off for Jordanos. Okay, 3 up top. I'll shove them in the middle, I suppose, and move them over that way. Who's going wide? That's my question. Yeah.
Who's going wide?
Can't put Radoy on man marking Collins. No. And who's going wide?
He'll end up on a 3.
At the moment, I'm going to do this. I'm gonna do that and see if he suggests anything else. Romo for Zeda. Yeah, we're not having an arrow formation. So as soon as you do that, put Collins on a free roll if he gets put the centre backs wide. I mean, I could have put the centre backs wide, but this is a long substitute time with arrows. Oh, this is Fifey. with arrows in. Centre
I just
backs.
thought, I just thought you were
I,
trying to do a football monologue sort of thing going on there.
it's interesting that people's suggestions of putting this is. I mean, genuinely, some people do play fullbacks with arrows wide, like Tato. Well, he doesn't play his arrows. What is it? Fullbacks with arrows inwards, and you think, but why do you want them playing fullback when you don't have the ball? Why do you want them tucking into centre back when you do? It's a weird one. We're on anyway. We're on, and 15 minutes to go. 2-0 it is. Badgers comfortable. You said 3, I think. Harashimovic has taken a yellow card. David Collins still on for man of the match. Will it be a third goal? Maybe. Oh, I don't know. It's gone a bit quiet. 2-0. Decent. Collins dropped to a 9. Renson kept up there and got another 9. He made 6 saves, 6 important saves. Offsides, 26 offsides in the game.
I'm just looking at Badgers take Ursi off at half time, and they only create one more chance on target in second half. One off, and one on.
What did he create though himself? No key passes and no assists, so it wasn't really him, I suppose. Zizi Roberts had done most of the creative play, and then Rayad. But I mean, it was all right. I mean, both teams fairly happy with the results, and taking a look at that, I mean, happy with the results, but the only reason is that Sjerd Rensen yet again puts in a very, very good performance for the team, and his average rating over the last 5 games is just about an 8. It's nearly there.
Yeah, young player at year, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yes, he's done a very good job. And what the Flamingos could have done with him last season.
Yeah, definitely.
Might have conceded less than 100 goals. Sorry, fewer than 100 goals. Anyway, on to the next game. It's Grove versus Blues, and Stu's making one change from last time out when they. Do you know what we haven't done? We haven't been looking at previous results between the two. Last time they played, Badgers beat Aussie Dream in the Cup, but in the league, did they play each other this season? Oh, so it's only been a cup. They haven't these matches. They haven't met in the league before. These are the first meetings. Lots of players Ryan's never heard of in Aussie's Dream. I'm not surprised. Anyway, so Grove, just a change of Campbell back in from suspension, and Lauren dropped.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Stu's been going really, really well this year. It's working far better for him than it did last year, and it's nice to see a concept of somebody ploughing their right into their own club, and
just like I have, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Just concept of my own favourite club of Bundesliga.
But yeah, I mean, we all love to see the one-legged legend. He performed miracles at times, and I mean, looking on Ryan's point there as well, that he's not heard of many players in Smuts's team. Smuts hasn't heard of a lot of players that are in Super League, so it's either which way. So
play up Pompey. There we are. Let's see. So, it'd be nice if they could play up. They play against Blues. So
what I totally love? I would totally love if Stu's like profile picture and everything were like fake on Twitter. And we know it's not because he's been on one of these live chats having a drink with us, but he was just hiding behind that buddy with that big guy who wears that big hat, who's all tattooed, has no top on, that Pompey fan. That'd be it, wouldn't it?
If that was him in disguise. Well, Rox has gone for this team today. I believe the only change is that Scally's come in for... is it Wellens, maybe? Did Wellens play last game? Oh, it's Kerr. Yeah, Scally's coming for Kerr. And that's it.
Yeah, it's a bit Doolalla that's not been going overly well for Blues as well. He's had bits and bats of okayness.
Well, they drew with Mega Horse, so not such a bad result for them. In fact, result of the season there for Blues.
Well, yeah, we're going to say that. I mean, they scored as many goals. We scored the same amount of goals against Mega Horse, so I don't think it's all to be proud about, is it, really? So.
Yeah, I mean, just if we were to take a look at that result when we came up there, Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah, that result there, of course. Yeah, something to remember. But Pompey fans hate him apart from his what? Apart from his what? Anyway, predictions for this one. There's
uh,
Morgan Norman referees, of course.
yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Grove, and with that fan being kicked out because nobody likes him.
Was there a game that Mega Horse did better? Last season there was. Last season there was a game that Mega Horse did better as well. There was the beating the Danglies 7-0 away, which was always good. Sorry, what was your prediction there? I mean, Quinton said 2-1 and I wasn't even listening.
Yeah, I went 2-1 Grove. I think it'll be a bit tighter. It seems there's a lot of defensive players there for Blues, regardless of where their arrows are. But yeah, there's some good players in that Grove side. See him nicking it.
Just enough to edge it. Well, let's see what we can do here. Alf can beat Roma every day. And does. Never seen a league with more Romas in it.
That have literally no Roma players either.
They'll go to other teams. First half's been alright. It's Patrick Berger, there he is, getting the opening goal. It's going to liven this one up, hopefully. But I mean, you look at the Grove ratings. I don't think it was just the goal that made them slightly better at this point. But you know.
Okay, then. Well, yeah. While we talk, I know you like your fun being a Sporko man. Your comments,
Ooh,
your
2-0 there. Yeah, as Andy Cole scores. Carry on.
1 for 5 is interesting facts, things like that. What's the thing? The only thing Patrick Berger's ever done? Something about Patrick Berger in the Premier League.
The thing that only he has done.
Patrick Berger has done something to make him the only something that's done it. That's the best way of explaining it.
Well, that's a very interesting question.
See if anybody knows in chat. Very, very good. I only stumbled across it by watching something last night. It's not something I've known for a long time. I was watching something and it became apparent, and I thought very, very, very
so
good
it's
knowledge.
Something to do with Pornhub.
Well, yeah, but that rule him out because Potter's just there, isn't it? So.
I don't know. This would be an interesting one. Someone will find it before I do tonight. Definitely, I can't think. Did he play for 2 Premier League teams? Was that it? Just 2? Or did he play for more? The only player called Patrick Berger in Premier League history. That's correct, Quinton. Well done.
That is correct, and I actually expected Quinton to come back with the answer to it, but yeah, we'll see if anybody keeps a couple of.
Greaves's got it.
Time versus Leeds. Well, considering my mama being Bradford at time, mate.
6 shots to 5. 6 shots to 5. 6 shots with 5 on target. 2 shots, 1 on target. Grove are winning. Obviously, with Stu, you can choose what minute you want to make your second half subs. Are you making any first half ones? He said the only.
But then again, like when Greaves is talking about like Patrick Berger, like very, very good looking man, wasn't he? Is it better Patrick Berger hanging out of my mum or Zlatan Ibrahimovic hanging out at back of Barthez? I'm not sure what but
Stu's going with 65 minutes for his subs. He seems pretty happy at half time, and why not? John Curtis has been absolutely redundant defensively, and that's a reflection of the performance. I think he's not played badly, they just haven't been tested.
No, definitely. I mean, you look at there's some players that you'd expect to be doing a little bit better for their side. I mean, Taribo West 6, Justin Walker 6. Some of the bigger players there, they need to be doing a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis is here, isn't he? I mean, if you've just got one player up against your left and your central, Anthony's going to be covered by that centre back, and Curtis is going to be left doing nothing. So, yeah, 65 minutes. Blues we'll check Blues at 60, but we don't need to do anything else necessarily with them. They, obviously, I haven't seen Rocks in the chat tonight. Has anyone seen him in? I don't think I've seen him.
Yeah.
He at least he's had his team in and things, but let's have a quick look. See they get on. Well, Agostinho He doesn't really make subs, does he? Unless he's anyone playing absolutely terribly. No one's on worse than a 6, so we'll
Yeah, and
leave
he's up
them.
at 8 as well.
We'll leave them to go as they do. Another 5 minutes. Morgan Norman stopping the play. The subs are on the way. There we are, 65. It's been clicked on at least. It might tick over to 66, and we're here for the subs. Dario Silva potentially due to come on here. Steve Finnan is carrying Shinnon, of course. And Sol Campbell, 85%. Yep, there's a knee injury on him as well.
You never get him best out of him, playing him at fullback or playing him at wings. You just
You want him as a left wing back, would you say?
I'd say left wing back. I find he plays better there, gets more assists there. That, for me personally, all these people in this little stupid thing I've done that says, Mike Duff, like that silly imaginary Madrid manager. I'm sorry, Mike Duff don't come nowhere near Stephen in terms of ratings and assists. And I'll argue that's
I do rate Duff though. Still, he's one of those players that, even after all these years, I would still say that he's one of my favourite players in the game.
Definitely. Just have one on each side, and it works.
But I do want to, make him Northern Irish at least. First Premier League hat trick for Liverpool.
No,
he wasn't because Fowler had definitely scored hat tricks before that, and Ian Rush, I think, was possibly their first one.
But then I'll slip in with a clue for that because he's got a little bit close with that. It's to do with a hat trick.
So he scored one hat trick or hat tricks for Liverpool and Portsmouth versus Leeds?
No, it's got an hat trick for Liverpool against Chelsea, but it's something to do with the hat trick that he scored.
Perfect hat trick.
No, there's been a few perfect hat tricks, hasn't there?
All hat trick of free kicks.
Nope.
Hat trick of own goals.
Nope.
That would be Frank Sinclair. Smertine back for Campbell. D'Alessandro back to DM. And Berkovic on for Campbell. So it's
Ryan's just said all headers, but I don't think I've ever seen him head a ball. Really, he's one of them elegant players. One of who scored everything with his left boot, but no.
3 penalties, says Fifey.
No.
All
don't remember
weaker foot goals. All on his right. First left-footed hat trick. The only left-footed hat trick in Premier League.
No.
Score with his groin.
Well, how can he do that when he's hanging out the back of my man when Leeds were playing him on the green?
As we carry on this game, these are some. We're gonna. It's the football secondary as Andy Cole scores his second goal. This is comfortable. The first non-EU player to score a hat trick, maybe.
No.
Because it was a Czech one there, and obviously they weren't in the EU when he signed.
Well, there's something about him.
Oh, Scally's gone. Scally's got something about him. He was the first player with hair longer than shoulder length to.
He's currently still the only person to score a hat trick in the Premier League. There's something about him. He's the only person to score a hat trick in the Premier League. Still now to this day.
Only one against Bradford City.
No, because it was against Chelsea.
Oh yeah, it's against Chelsea. Yeah, hang on. He set up 3 and scored 1 on Boxing Day in a 6-1 win versus Lee. A hat trick of assists there as well.
Shall I give it now?
No. He's got loads of time left yet. Yeah, we got all night. And so as long as people don't research it, and we just keep making these random guesses, this is better. Very, very comfortable there for Stu. Well done. The only Patrick hat trick.
Yes.
That's what Ryan says there. The only Patrick hat trick.
Yeah. Only Patrick scored a hat trick in the Premier League ever.
Well, he still will be, won't he? Because it's only Bamford around and Van Aanholt. Patrick Roberts is going to come in and score a hat trick, is he? Clivert didn't get one then either. Anyways, The only eunuch. Yeah, I mean, deserved win. Very comfortable. Very
Although
comfortable.
saying that, it's total bollocks because Patrick Bamford did score an hat-trick against Villa. So yes, I've just had you all on strings for no reason
It's the
whatsoever.
only non-English Patrick to score a hat trick.
Well, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that then. Yeah. Oh dear. But that's it. No, that's a very good one. Yeah, because I was just thinking it when you said Bamford. I said, yeah, remember he scored a very good hat-trick against Villa.
Smuts thinks it's the
Yeah,
best question ever.
well, when I've got Martin Tyler spouting it when I'm watching some last night after football finished.
Did you make that up? No, Martin Tyler. Kick him off the street. Yeah, good night, stay. Thanks for coming. Oh, I like it. We need some new ones here. A Vieira hat trick.
Yeah, but
Oh
five from
yes.
years.
Oh, he's the only Patrick without the C. But he's probably one of the only Patricks without a C to do it.
True. Life is putting port, and he's talking about me talking rubbish, but he's putting piss easy bloody football questions out already. This silly thing that. I mean, come on. Who's called Signo? It's just ridiculous.
Oh, what was the one today? I can't remember what it was. It was pretty straightforward as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course it will.
Any more almost questions? We're on to Pelham and Boston now. So of course, this is a what could it be classed as a local derby in any way?
Yeah, of course it can. It's only down the road. Yeah, it's probably as local as derbies get.
The only down
Anyway,
road derby in this division. Yeah. Well, actually, it's probably the second closest match between people in this division. Because Mega Horse Sprungfelt would be pretty close. What have we got here? We got Pelham, captain, of course. If Dimble has a captain, he can let me know who that is. He probably have, but I haven't noticed it. Yeah, a bit of a different setup for today, and sees Roy Cropper back up front.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a setup that Dimble likes normally. If he could have his fullback up at DMR, that he does very, very well with on numerous occasions. So, doesn't surprise me to see him setting up like this. And I think he's set up like this a couple of times. I think he's just trying to find. I think not so much his team selection, so much it's more his in terms of like tactics. It's more his personnel, just like change from game to game to game a lot. And it's a shame that I thought Big Clive would have played most of the season.
Well, I think it is quite interesting as to who's playing up front for Pelham, because it's quite hard to get going, really. I mean, Mendonca won in his 7 matches, well, 4 starts. Tony Thorpe's never going to play up front, is he? But Nielsen's got none. Forrester's got 4, but is inconsistent, and Elliott wouldn't really play up front either. So I suppose it's kind of doing a bit of research here. Steve, can you control Swan? Obviously, Swan, I couldn't put your game on early tonight because it has to be last. But yeah, go as mental as you want. Cheers, Swan. Cheers, if you can hear us. John Oster, big shout out to John Oster. He hasn't played at all this season. He's still not featured on the bench, and we are 15 matches in. I believe everybody else has this season, even Steve Crownson. So, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, John Oster's he's one of them. Like when you were younger player, you think, oh, I can get a Premier League player for next to no here. You know, when you're playing lower leagues, and then you always think, why have I done it again? Why have I bought this man again?
Never does anything. Anyway, so Pelham looking interesting, and I mean, did we see his arrival in Super League today or yesterday, whatever it was?
Well, yeah, today I never even knew he'd made his way in. I mean, he's obviously Ian's third out of the league signing now, as he's gone over the last couple of seasons. So, but then signs him, then moans that he's rubbish. So I don't know. It must have been an Alf tip. I don't know what's gone on there.
You look at the player before signing. Anyway, the team for today just sees a few changes. Coes is back in defensive mid, and Manighetti's in for Torricelli as an enforced change, and I think that's probably it.
Yeah, it's strong in it. I mean that Serie B. I mean a lot. I mean a lot of his players. I know he bases a lot of his. He's played a lot of Lecce saves, so he knows lower league Italy really really well. Does Greavesy. So the teams, as much as people might not know half the team. I mean everybody knows obviously quite a few of them, but people might not know half the team. He obviously does from playing them lower league ones, and it's a lot stronger than it may seem on paper to sort of the naked eye of people that aren't as in depth as some of us might be on the game, shall I say, that have joined in.
What's is Fifey talking to himself here, or is there a big noise?
Huh?
Guys, I mean, he's not a fan of you tonight. But
Well, when's he ever a fan of me? But
yeah, I mean Baldini obviously.
I mean, come on. I mean, let's not talk about underachieving Super League teams. Fife. I mean, you've won it once. You've had. I'll win it once in the same amount of seasons that you've had. How about that? Charity bet.
Montella and Materazzi are very strong. Yeah, Baldini is obviously a very good one. A proper trivia question: the fastest Premier League goal from open play as a substitute in Premier League history.
Ooh,
And it's faster than Odsonne Edouard, who did it in 29 seconds, didn't he? So 28 seconds, though, so it's faster than that.
For some reason, you're recently drawn to bloody Solskjaer, aren't you?
I don't know, I'm trying to think. This will be someone silly like
Yeah, it'll be
Shola
out there.
Amiobi or something. But Shane Long. Shane Long did score a pretty fast one, didn't he, at one point?
He did score the fastest goal along somewhere, didn't he? I don't. Were it a sub?
8 seconds, but was it 8 seconds after coming on as a sub? Yeah, it was just at the beginning of a match. Yeah, it's just as a substitute. It's not the fastest one in the game, is it? It's since coming on, I imagine. But yeah, Flacky out for 2 weeks. Anyway, so this one's an interesting one. And who's going to win?
I mean, looking at it, I'd absolutely love a Pelham win for Dimble to sort of drag himself away. But they're very strong out there. That Boston side, Zowley's dropped off a lot from the start of his season, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it, but I won't be as emphatic as it were against us anyway if they do win. So, but yeah, 2-0, 2-1 Boston for me.
Boston to do it. Remember, both managers can choose what minute for their substitutes.
Oh, of course, I know it is. Of course, I know it is.
Who is
It
it?
were against Bradford today. Ledley King.
Ledley King.
I think Ledley King, so it were against Bradford City. I don't think he started that game.
Oh, it's 1-0 already, and it's Montella inside the first minute. Kiki Masampa. Chris Masampa. Ledley King at the start of a game. 2-0,
Right.
and Dionigi scored, and a yellow card for Poughton. It's not really working out for Pelham this match. Oh, Nielsen's missed a target. He's on a 5, and so is Brian Hughes. And it's 2-1 though. Dean Gordon scores, and he's comfortably top scorer at this team, I think, this season. Playing very well. And then off comes Montella. So, Greavesy, is it... I mean, who is the ready-made sub here for a striker? Zowley to go up front and Possenzini on the midfield? I don't really know the plot is.
Mancini.
I've been very close. So it's a Newcastle... Carl Court.
No, I think we'll.
Duggan's here. Good evening, Duggan. Well, or whatever you say to us there.
I think Tottenham were involved in it. Put it in a London derby, Quinton.
Stu says Mrs. tells me it's Amiobi. Alf's mystery sub.
I'm going to go random out there call that Nicholas Bentner did it.
Bentner's been it was a free kick. Oh, it's Sammy Amiobi then. Sammy Amiobi, it must be. Yeah. What was
I know Bentner did score a quick goal after coming in as a sub.
Possenzini up top? There we are. Perfectly just saying please up top. Possenzini up top. That's what. Yeah, Pos must be Possenzini. There we go. Sammy Amiobi versus Spurs at the start of the second half. Remember, both man. Both man. Oh, David Nielsen has equalised. This is unbelievable. 2-2. it's now turned right around. Pelham are going for this. Remember, both managers, you can choose at half time, you can choose what minute you're making your second half substitutes. I'm just going to repeat that all the time for today because it's new and people might forget. Pelham actually look better, and with Montella off, then there's problems. There's problems for them.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think Pelham more than deserved to be on level terms, and looking at what they created as well. I think massively improved performance from them, and I think it's flapping time over in Italy.
Dimble's being exotic and going for 60 minutes on his subs here. RIP Desmond at half time. It's going to be interesting. We'll just take a quick look over at Pelham, of course, at the same time. Appleton, he's on a potential footmatic injury there. And what else we got? Danny Coyne on a 5, but I don't think... Would you take a goalkeeper change? So, yeah, just waiting for anything here for subs. I assume Greaves' autocorrect messages about the Possenzini name, is it? Because he hasn't put in a sub request on our screen, has he, so far?
No, not as yet. But what about?
Dimble says leave it.
We want some. We've got some more little crappy football trivia questions. One that I used to be obsessed with. I used to be obsessed with squad numbers when I was younger.
Of course, yes.
So Lionel Messi wore number 30 when he come through at Barcelona,
which of course is not allowed in France because he's the first outfield player ever to have worn a number 30 shirt in France as a non-goalkeeper. I think it's disgusting changing the rule for him. It's set 1, 16, 30, 40. They're the keeper numbers. You're not allowed any player to be in those. Anyway, carry on. You got a question?
So yeah, he ended up wearing number 10. What only number did he wear between 30 and 10?
19.
Barcelona. That's too easy.
Dianigi Central there.
No, it's not only champ manager, just football in general. He's a great man.
Yeah, just that goal, that thing there. It was shocking that he got allowed to wear the number 30 shirt. He could have worn any other shirt. Didn't have to wear 30. Quinton's got 19 as well. He'd have answered it bang on the same time as I did, I bet. Second half's on. So I'm going to 60 minutes for both teams because Greavesy didn't suggest a minute for the sub, so I'll just put him on at 60 as well. It's going to 61 anyway. Kmart. I've never been to a Kmart before.
Do we even have them here?
I don't think so. I remember it. It was the chief sponsor of Nigel Mansell's team, Newman Haas, when he was in IndyCar. Kmart. When he had Red 5 there. Just looking at the available substitutes there, fitness and the latest goal in Premier League history, not in terms of game minute, not actual time of day. Well, someone has done it about 108 minutes, something 107, 108 minutes, I think, but I can't fully remember. And for Pelham, there we are, looking at how they're going. We're going to and look at it this way. Ratings wise, not so bad. Brian Hughes on a 6, but I mean they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at that, I think if Danny Coyne ain't slinging a five in, I think Pelham are winning this as it stood. And yeah, that Northern Irish Brian Hughes, just looking a little bit tired, isn't he? But
Papi Cisse or Asamoah Gyan. I was going to go for an Arsenal player on mine. Thought for Hughes. Oh, that's not a prediction for this. This is a substitute. Uh,
you know what? I used to like watching Papi Cisse at Newcastle.
I thought that obviously Newcastle were an exciting attacking team around that time.
Yeah, but him and Dembaba up
Oh,
top.
Tony Thorpe has come off the bench and scored. This is incredible. He's turning the game around, and this, I mean, as it stands, can Sprungfelt go top with a win? Not Cisse or Jean. I don't know. The volley from the throw-in. Oh, yes, it was a... Yeah, there was that Cisse volley. Was
Yeah, there was. Yeah, well, unreal.
Count
That.
versus Arsenal, mentioned in a Zoom quiz at Christmas. Cisse, Bart and Ben Arthur. It was indeed Dirk Count. There we go. Look at that. That's a good one. So David Nielsen scores his first goal of the season, man of the match, and wow, 101 minutes 48 seconds. I bet Gravesy wished that game had gone to 101 minutes and 48 seconds to give himself a chance of getting back in. What a result there for Dimble. Going to party like it's 1878. That's a superb result.
Yeah,
You know,
massively.
I mean Montella's a big difference there. Montella probably would have done a good job there at scoring another one, but well played.
And David Nielsen, who's tough to get going. Finally, the going got tough, and David Nielsen got going.
He's been a solid 7 performer. Gets himself a 9 and a goal. But when I did my little Wimbledon tour thing I was doing, he was first name first name attacking wise on the team sheet. Trond Anderson would have been in there, and and Gareth Ainsworth. To be honest, they were some good players. Anyway, this match 4 coming up. It's the Not Yours. We'll go to. Should we go to this one now? Let's go to the. That's match
Yeah,
5. Match 5. Played 4 already.
just give me a couple of seconds to go take a think, because this is one I am massively interested in.
So that's alright. He'll wet himself if he. I'll. Before we go into any of the bits, then let's just take a quick look at things that might be coming up ahead. We've got some Swedish Cup games coming up very soon. Lakin versus Megahorse and Kviding versus Red West. We've also got. It's going into different bits here all the time, isn't it? We can scroll down. Bolian Georgic versus Grove. Gullringen versus Dangleys. These are all coming up in the end of August. Can't remember what date we're on at the moment. Chris Kamara, Gary McAllister, Jorginho, Robbie Elliott. What's the link? It's a very interesting question. And the answer is I don't know. But that definitely is a very good question. Oh, good night, Greavesy. I've probably missed you going there. Born on the 25th of December. Oh, I suppose Chris Kamara. We knew that about Chris Kamara, but I don't think I got that. That was quick and yes. I knew that about Chris Kamara, but I mean, obviously Quinton's a big Robbie Elliott fan. I mean, Newcastle fan.
One for Jorginho. They all play for Leeds United. Robbie
None of
Elliott.
them saw Anthony Van Den Boer get sent off. Look at that. CSCP Boston versus Film quality that we've got here. Divisionalia versus Bergsjö. Utaby versus Badgers. Gondor versus Aussie's Dream. The one match of teams from this division playing each other. And Vindhems Poikana versus Pelham. Arvidsjaur versus Fortuna. All of them get mistaken for Lionel Richie. I knew Kamara and Gary McAllister. Didn't know Robbie Elliott. Anyway, so The interesting thing about the match for today, both teams totally unchanged. Both teams happy with their lineups based on who's available.
Yeah, I mean, for me, we were talking about, obviously, we all know what's happening come the end of this season, and from the very start, this for me would be not far off levels because of how much better Dangley's team are this time. To that very first stream that we did,
What, the non-league side beating Dangley's?
indeed, just because of how much better Dangley's team are now than they were then. And this side could have been so much better from Duggan. It could have been, but he's chose people that have gone under the radar and everything like that, which I think is class. And this for me would be borderline, not quite, but just about there. That first stream levels of would I start laughing? Maybe.
I'm just making sure that Wooder is aware of this. Chris Woods, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Mark Albrighton, and Moritz Volts all got their own websites. I don't know, Voltsy.com or whatever it was for Moritz Volts. I don't know. Can you think about that one?
I mean, Chris Wood, a big lump from New Zealand. Not what he's got to do with that. Them three people, but
All scored own goals in Arsenal's favour. Volts, Arsenal account. All of them at the Arsenal account. I good to see. Yeah, that's good. I just checked
that's a great call.
Volts definitely was.
Trial. I know Ibrahimovic definitely went on trial at Arsenal. Definitely did.
The question about where's she suspended? Oh, what's they've all gonna scored like milestone goals? None of these so far. Yeah, she suspended. Part of a terrific run of 3 yellows and a red this season.
We watch she.
But of course we do have King Bung Shi there, and Yu Sang Shi's been dropped. Danglies, be more specific with your landmarks and milestone. Ooh. They all scored. Hang on, be more specific. There you go. Oh, what? As we have a look at Dangley's team, I'll just put it up there for. I got some rare.
They all scored against Arsenal after being on trial for him or playing for him.
Correct, well done, Google. Yeah, I don't think. Anyway, so Dangley's that's the Dangley team.
I'm still sort of lost about these like thousands here. What's going on?
That's the number of that Wood scored the 30,000th Premier League goal.
Right.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyway. Well. There we go. So Hughes up front with Mutu. Hughes on the back with Arrow.
Well, let's just hope he don't run into anybody running backwards. But yeah, I mean, I think Paolo Di Canio's been massively underused by Woody. But I mean, look at that squad. Really, it's up there with Fife's and probably Sprungfield's for being one of the top 3 in division. And it's criminal where they are. That's worse than Radovic's team last year for where they are in terms of what the teams are like in the league. In terms of how strong that team is, I think it's an absolute joke.
An absolute joke. 15,000 volts headline. That's lovely, isn't it? It's yeah, it was. This Quinton Clear. Was it Voltsy.com? Is that the website he had or something like that? Back in the days, I'm sure. He's been talking 15,000 volts. Here's Wooders Dangle. Is that what's done his hair? Predictions for this one, and of course, managers. If you are here, any minute for your subs in the second half. Head full of useless football stats, which is nothing wrong with that. Referee today is Tony Rudin, and yeah, what do you reckon?
1-0 champion for Fred.
Gotta hand it to you. Look, electrocute his hand. A 1-0 champion. That'll be rather interesting.
Sorry, just what I think about happening, what I want to happen.
Oh, we'll stick with that. We shall stick with that. I mean, you think it'll be a Dangley's win, surely, but I do think it's got the potential of a little shock. 15,000 volt shock, of course.
Questionable city that they're playing out of as well, so.
Bore arse. And it's Stig Tofting in the opening goal. Stig Tofting, whatever he really would be called. It's
Defenders didn't want to go near him because he stunk.
A fake weak team from Greavesy. We knew that team was one of the stronger sides in the division. The Greavesy side. But anyway, it's 1-0. It's nearly half time. And, chance to make it 2, but not quite. Kim Byung-ji having a decent first half. And it's obviously Kim Byung-ji when it's Red West Pacific. He's played well every time. But obviously they're just facing a lot of shots. Today, facing 12 shots in the first half.
See, if that were 1-0 to Fred there, that was exactly what I were talking about, wasn't it? But,
yeah, just the one chance. A quick look on conditions and such like. I think they'll all be all right. They'll all be all right. Any substitutes for Duggan, and what minute will your second half subs be looked at? If no minute suggested, it will be at 60. Unless you say you don't want any subs, in which case I won't. And for Wooder, no changes if they die. They die. Right. Okay. So I'll play to 90 minutes then for Duggan.
Tell you what, it's criminal that team's not playing badly either. 2 6s and being 1-0 up. Again, I think he needs a long hard look at himself in the mirror. I know he might not look the same after the accident, but
I don't think he's. I'm not sure he's not been here, has he? Tonight, and I'm just checking whether he's got any sub requests for the second half.
Well, when they were doing AFCON, he didn't need to plug his laptop in. He just plugged the earphones in, linked to his head, and he just
charged.
Just charged up.
Well, I will do a quick look at 60 minutes for Dangley's in case anyone's under 75%, but otherwise, Mutu scores to make it 2. Which ex-Premier League managers were in a film with Sylvester Stallone and Michael Caine? I don't know, Bobby Robson. 3-0. And Mutu has 2. Nope, they'll be left as they are. And for Red West Pacific reference, Howe's on a 4. They're all okay. Just to reference there, we go through the rest of the game. And if they die, they die. Aussie Ardiles. That'll be right. Aussie Ardiles, won't it? I just can't remember who the other is. And Liam sang there. Who's going to come on? Just a quick look at these. What you've got here. Hattori can play left side. Who's the left, is he? Nakayama can play right. Shin can play right.
See, I just seen his comments to Stu there, and it was like, obviously, I didn't know whether Stu knew the story or not, and he's just obviously
chucked it in anyway. Jermaine Pennant's on a 10. Jermaine Tennant. Smuts peaked game 1. You didn't peak game 1. You beat Fifey after game 1. It's 3-0.
Jermaine Pennant used to come to Bradford a lot.
It's a hat trick for Mutu, did he?
They used to go out with some bird off Hollyoaks.
I was just about to say, we don't have any Vom on for a bit, and there we go for four and
Oh,
go.
dear God.
David and go. 4-0 it is. Jermaine Pennant, man of the match. 15 attempts on
Oh
target
my.
out of 23. And Pennant got 1 assist, 5 key passes. Tufting with millions of passes. 3
That's,
dribbles, 2 interceptions there for Pennant. And
you got a 7. That's,
no, Pennant got a 10. Oh, Tufting. Yeah, Tufting got a 7.
yeah, 7. That's as mad as that.
Yeah, slightly unfair. But yeah, Pennant did very well. Yeah, David and go. Tennant super. There he is. Jermaine Tennant super. Mutu got a 10. He got a hat trick but didn't get man of the match. It's N'Golo Kante.
Yeah.
Davor Shuker. Well, Friang Q Sa ended up beating Hao Dong Hao to the 4. They switch ratings a bit later on. And we move on to game 6, which will be. Oh, no, there are. Oh, yeah, there's still 3 games left, yeah, because I'm still in the other one. This is game 5. Right, so we'll speed up a little bit. We've had some good questions though tonight, so I've been happy with the pace, to be honest. Flamingos make a couple of changes from last match's win over Aussie's Dream when they got their revenge. We've got Kieran Dyer back into midfield into the Cambiasso, and Archibald is in place of Woodgate, who is out for this match.
Yeah, I mean, he's played this a lot, hasn't he? And I think looking at the strength of his team, and I mean this without having a dig at it, etc., he can get away with not physically playing the DMC there against some of the squads in this league. Against Sprungfield, is it probably a wise decision not to? I don't know. But Harry Kuehl on right, just...
Yeah, another game on the right, and he's been really reasonable in his form, to be honest, in that position.
Yeah, well, he obviously I've got some not. Although I wouldn't take it into picking a team on this game. My views of him as a person, but you can see why. Then looking at his options, really, Barry on bench.
Defence the wrong way around. I will check that, obviously. Make sure that's what we've got here. Last match. Is it the wrong way around? Well, I'm sure what your message was. You probably sent him something about positions and stuff. Keeping the same tactics but 2 changes. But then that's actually another change. Right, there we are. I can do that. Just swap days. Yeah. For anyone who wasn't aware of that, I mean, I didn't see it until it was sent to me as a video. But Steve, do you want to explain?
What was that? Sorry, I was laughing at Dimble.
Yeah, do you want to explain about that one for those people who don't know what it is?
What Dimble's on about?
Yeah, because some people weren't there when that happened. It was when you were all on Google Chat or whatever it was.
Right.
Or your whatever
Sorry.
it was.
Yeah, we got John. I think it was Dimble were hosting one day, I think.
Yeah.
We just somebody just ended up joining this big bird and just really tight pants that should not have been that tight. She tried making them not that tight. Sorry, by flatulating in them quite loudly. Yeah.
I don't think you've commented on the Jermaine Pennant arrested outside Stu's brother's house for drink driving. Which player has scored in a League Cup final and away to Bayern but was only capped once by his country? Good question there. That's a good question. Don't think I'm going to get that one, to be honest, while I set up these. But
Obafemi Martins. Did he play in Germany? Martins.
He's capped more than once for Nigeria.
I don't know. Take his caps as his age, probably not.
His age 1.
Well, yeah. Well, he won 20 or 21 or 23 when he signed for Newcastle. So he's probably not really.
I don't think Jeremy Goss played in what you call it, the League Cup final. Matt Elliott. Matt Elliott kept once by Scotland. That's quite possible, isn't it? An ex-Leicester player. Could have scored against Bayern. Yeah, so there's Sprungfelt.
Solid, isn't it? Very solid. I mean, we see the formation a lot with one of them central defenders up in central midfield. It's a very strong, very powerful formation. And yeah, like it a lot. Like the players have got really, really a massive fan early seasons, especially season 1 and 2. Carbone. I'm actually surprised, really, that he's not in the Super League. I reckon he could do a little bit of something if given a bit of a chance. But yeah, a couple of really strong players. Hiding a couple of weaker players in there, making it not look so strong like other people are, and hiding behind concepts. But Mike's great. He puts out good content. And he makes that fantastic Super League picture of Fifey's curses. So he deserves all the credit in the world.
And Jeff Whitley.
Super Jeff Whitley, who starts at Leeds United on the 2005 update without ever actually being at Leeds United. So I don't know why.
One of Dimble's first memories of watching football on the TV, Jeremy Goss's goal. One of my first memories, probably, to be honest, it would be World Cup Italian 90. Won't be much before. Kevin Davies was the correct answer there. Prediction: extend your hands and referees.
Oh dear. I'm gonna go 1 apiece, and I'm hoping for an Olasadiri goal just to wind Fifey right up.
Well, here we are. It was a good answer, that one. Oh well, its start from Flamingos has been superb. Ryan was at both the Bolton games. Well, there you go. 1-1 says Quinton for this game as well. And it's 1-0, and it's Ronaldo. Ronaldo scores goals. That's interesting. Did he score he has scored 1 Super League goal this season, though, hasn't he, as well?
Did better than
Less angry at the Sprungfelt team selection. Now he's seen. So it's 1-1, and it was an own goal. Listen, Amy, I missed whose own goal it was, to be honest. The first team to get no away wins Premier season. Leeds, first season at Premier League, they didn't win away. They finished 17th after winning League. First hat-trick at the new Wembley, was it Macaroni? Or someone like that. So listen, Amy, it's 2-1 to Sprungfelt. 5-3 and 7-5. Dimble thinks it's Macaroni as well. Obviously he'll get Dimble's answer before he gets mine. Anyway, Sprungfelt, let's have a look at that. Sprungfelt at half time. Not Macaroni. Oh, it's another Italian striker, isn't it? It's another Italian young player. Oh, Pazzini. Ronaldo scored. He has indeed. And looking at the team here, it's Kieran Dyer, 85%. Potential knee injury. Passing is Pazzini is the correct one. I knew it was an Italian one, but I would never have got Pazzini. I think even if I'd been allowed 30 guesses, I wouldn't have got it. Federico Makeda. So
Makeda.
It's not been. I mean, who scored the own goal? It was Pope. The Pope scored an own goal. Carlson off for Nelson. Oh, ha ha. Yeah, that was quite good. That, yeah, quite good. And any subs for Feffy? Remember, can I have your substitute minute for the second half, please? Just when you like your changes, both managers. If you don't give me anything, I'll just stop it at 60.
Yeah, it's not looking very good, is it? Fifey turning a team of majority of Super League winners into perennial losers again, yet having a go at me. I think somebody needs a long, hard look at mirror, really.
Ratings wise, Georgic and Brugging on 7s for Flamingos, and that's about it. Fifey going for 72 and Tato wanting a draw, and Savage at 60. So we've stopped Sprungfelt at 60 minutes, or as very close as we can, obviously, to this. If we can, this is 3-0. Savage should be very happy. I've scored all the goals so far. Flamingos have equalised. It's Brugink. Well, there we are. Sprungfelt going for the 60-minute change as well. And it's a red card for Penza. Emil Penza. I mean, the formation is set up, isn't it, there?
Looks it, doesn't it?
Stay on a 5-game win run or something. Shut up. Well, don't be so mean. Don't tell him to do that. He's talking some good stuff tonight. Yeah, don't be so mean.
Yeah, you're on a 5-game win run with look at that team. Mate, I won 7 out of 8 or 6 out of 7 with a crap team. Just wind it in.
We shall have to see. One of them played for Leicester, and I once shouted Leicester reject at him without knowing what that meant. Is that Ryan talking about my comment about you know what you're talking about?
Yes, it will be. But Ryan's got a position to be able to come from to hand out some comments.
Mike Savage, he wants his subs now. Yeah, fair enough. He's got 2 championships and a second place finish in Super League, of course, last season. Super League, Swemp League, yeah, Swemp of course. Shin injury for Ronaldo. Ratings wise, Nedved not performing so much, but hey, what would you do here? Saha for Ronaldo?
I mean, I don't like him in AMC, in fairness.
And then Chov's there as well, isn't he, though?
I mean, I saw FIFA clicked on his stats in Super League as well, and Ian and Campbell were saying how good he's looking in Super League, and I don't think his stats are looking that good at all, in fairness, compared to... They're looking not far off that in Super League from what I saw last night. So, seeing far, far better. But yeah, not an AMC for me. But also, he was doing well. Get a goal. Might get another. But yeah, difficult.
Graham Potter is that Graham Potter, the Leicester reject from York City? Is that what that one is there? Pope off, Saha on. Move Pope off. But I can't put. So you got to play 3 at the back. So I'll just hold on for whether you actually want to do that, because that would leave you 2 at the back.
Oh yeah.
Cancel. It's not Potter. Currently at Newcastle.
That's the reject currently at Newcastle.
An ex-York City player there. I can't think how many. Oh, it's... I don't know. It's a manager, though. It was a manager, isn't it? I thought it was 5 managers to play them and not lose. Anyway. Yeah, no sub. Done. Okay, we get to 72 for Fifey. It's gone to 73, but the click was on 72, and there's the other card for Dyer. Right, Fifey. You got Dyer on 77%, you got Georgic on 82, but he's not injured, he's just a bit... Not seeing your messages again. You put Pope off, Saha on, move Saha to partner Lisa. Ah, yeah, never mind then. Done. That's what it says, doesn't it?
It does. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing.
What are the other messages? We're on live chat. We're not top chat. I will make Savage's subs if he's got some, but genuinely can't see any. Quinton might send me them maybe. You got them. Well, I did. So you didn't want to bring... No, we weren't rambling waiting. We were just... I was just see if you wanted to do it, but you did get a never mind and done. No, we're just rambling on the other things. He was very abusive. Right, anyway, so Ferguson for Dyer. Swap Kewell and Bojan. And then Inzaghi for Bojan. Right wing. Steve Agnew. Steve Agnew. That's why Quinton knew he wasn't at Newcastle anymore. He was there with Steve Bruce, wasn't he? But
oh, what? I never knew that.
Yeah, he was there. He was the bald guy with Steve Bruce.
What, the one that everybody loved and thought he should have been manager? I thought that was somebody else. That who kept shouting in background, and Bruce was still stood there looking like a lemon, looking like with his back turned to everybody, like he does in New Leddersford badge. Shadow of his former self.
I missed the Etu bit. Oh yeah. Swap Q and build Etu with Bojan. There we are. Etu with Bojan. There we go. Lovely. Got it. Yeah.
Oh, Etu, right.
It's alright. I was just making sure I've read it correctly now. I got it.
Ever joining with it? Well, the funny thing is, I've actually been to a game with Dimble where he's called somebody a pikey at top of his voice. This player then went to referee who claimed something, and they went to the far where the dugouts were, the far side, and then a thing come across the tannoy about racist behaviour.
Oh, Liverpool has scored to make it 3-2. And Flamingos, with their abusive manager, are going to possibly win this game. Oh, when Ronaldo goes off injured.
Yeah, just in Dimble's comment. Yeah, he did have that kind of haircut, and he'd come back and he was taking a free kick right in front of where we were sat right in front where all these lunatic Grimsby fans were, and he come back, hands on hips, just smiling, looking at crowd, just chuckling to himself that he'd been done it all. To be fair, it was top shit hours of my defender really.
Smut starting the chant. Have you ever dropped the soap to Lee Hughes? Keame's coming on for Ronaldo. And final whistle. There we go. Flamingos win. And that's the top two, both beaten.
Yeah, it's really good, and really good when it's convincing attacking performance. They might not have had that many on target, but Arakul there, man at match on right, deceiving the odds. Done very well there. It's a very, very good win considering the start that Sprungfelt had, and I think after a massively strong start, they've just been like teetering on a bit over the last few weeks of Sprungfelt. Obviously going to be up there, but I think they're going to be in with a fight now if they do want to end up top.
It's I think this league is really closing in, isn't it? Now it's really closing in. Nobody's getting away with it. And
no, I think anybody right down to 8th are in with a chance. So
that's a very, very catty remark there from Fifey, isn't it? Got me mentioned there. Very, very catty.
Yeah. When I've just praised the performance after a bit of banter, and I still get that about him.
We have to go to your game next because my game has to be on last because it's on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Who's doing co-coms next week? Why do you want it, Stu? You can have it. Yeah, come and join us. That'd be good. Let's have a new commentator. Although, to be honest, Steve can join any week. If he gets such abuse there, and he's taking it like a gentleman.
Oh, mate, I'm used to far more abuse than anybody in the champ community has gotten over the last, I'd say, year and a half.
There's your team for today, and obviously a big change from last time out, but you say this is basically the way that you can avoid getting beaten.
Conceding 4 every time, minimum 4. Every time, minimum. So this insecure malarkey is total, utter bollocks.
This is based on testing.
Yeah, which don't means nothing, doesn't it? It means nothing, but yeah, let's have a go. Andy Martin's been best performing striker, whether he's played in a bit of AMC or whether he's played up top. Zagara's been probably my best player, followed by Tyler. Estai's got to play. He's been decent.
Ooh,
And
Tyler is. You look at those two, and they're absolutely bang level 771. Two of them in there.
yeah, and I mean, I mean, Martin Jorgensen's is fitted in okay, considering he wasn't supposed to be there.
It was the best decision I ever made by accident for you.
Yeah, I think that's a
Looks a bit
reasonable way of putting it.
gazelle. Gentleman. Yes, absolutely, gentleman, Ryan. Yes.
But yeah,
Jimmy Victory at the middle of the back three was interesting. Is he meant to be playing? This is my question to you. I meant to ask
yeah,
you this.
no, no, he didn't start that game, mate.
Yeah. So is he meant to be playing, or is it meant to be Tiernan?
No, but Tatum got a fall last time out, didn't he?
So
If I
you're
remember
happy to
right.
play Victory?
Yeah,
I
roll with
did
it.
actually mean to ask you that question before we went on, but
Yeah,
yeah,
roll with it.
yeah, your picture had him in the team, but obviously I noticed
Yeah,
as a
so that's what I
substitute.
do is I send you a picture when I finally get a result. So, okay.
And Quinton for today, he's got some contracts to offer, or are these players all just unhappy? Gilbert wants a new contract, Mr. Mashanga's UK.
Yeah, Fife, it is negative tactic. I've tried explaining my reasons for the negative tactic because I try to play anything other than negative tactics, and I actually get my rear end handed to me like I've done for the previous 3 seasons in Super League. So even more so. Did you not see a 7-2 Dynamo Mega Ross win? We've only mentioned it once tonight. There.
I haven't put it on since. Zeriberto and Amit Davala move slightly further back. The back three is slightly different to before. Other than that, the team is the same for Fortuna.
Yeah, again, it
I will
were
just check the goalkeeper situation. That I've definitely put the right keeper in. Carry on.
yeah, just going off what they played. Obviously, he hasn't changed up too much, so I was surprised to see him pull back to win back. We've both gone a bit defensive. I'm surprised he's done it against me of all people when he's playing at home, really. But yeah, but you got Zeriberto in his rightful position. Ex Dudley, a legend that only played ever one game at right wing back. But yeah, it's strong in it. It's stronger. It's very good. The concept's amazing, and it will. I think he's done very well to get a squad as strong as he has doing it as
with
well.
a very restrictive set of conditions.
Indeed, but the absolute bane of my life, every time I played this game, which about 6 or 7 times through, it was the man who was being Super League's best reserve striker over the course of all since the Super League started.
Paul Ince, wow, yeah.
No, Bernardo Romeo, one of my old school favourites. I used to absolutely love him. Yeah, he's been decent, hasn't he, this season? So I'm definitely expecting Romeo.
Bernardo Romario, he sounds even better. Well, early start onto this one, and Zeriberto's tried to get involved with a cross, but Mark Tyler, untested so far. We've got 15 minutes into this game. Zeriberto's ball in, Romeo with a chance and blocked out. Peralta with an effort as well. It's very much Fortuna at the moment, but still no goals. Zeriberto's free kick playing in. Kerr involved and tied up to an 8. Paul Ince on a 9. Another chance there for Fortuna. Down the other end, Martin has missed the target, and we're coming close to half time. It's goalless as it stands, and it may well be goalless at half time, but it's not, as Peralta scores to make it 1-0. And you kept Romeo quiet, but unfortunately they've got through. But I suppose it's a deserved lead at half time.
Yeah, I think it's, let's say, more to be said. There were very little, which they saw the chance that Martin had on target. So yeah, just no else to say about it. Like I say, a strong team. Paulins, he's always good season one. Zeriberto doing proper Zeriberto things.
Yeah, much better today. You're right about that. Left wing back being the position.
And then we're spot on. Left wing back's obviously not Martin Jurgensen's, is it? So can I bring Tien on for victory? I mean for Jorgensen and swap him with victory, please, mate.
Yeah, of course, yeah. What minute are you going for your second half subs?
48. like I would a 30-minute.
48.
Lovely.
Right, okay.
Why not? Let's go for less.
I've just moved the wrong player out to the other side, so I will come back. I've moved Moas. I haven't moved Tien in there. I think Martin's got some support. It's
No,
cuddles from his team.
I'll go to 50, please, mate, just to see how the next 10 minutes goes. 5 minutes goes, because I'm probably might change it up a bit now.
Yeah, oh, look at this. Both the wing backs have got 2 key passes each for playing this position, Quinton notices. So 50.
Yes.
There we are. Right, okay. Any decisions? Victory's dropped down to a 5, by the way, just to let you know, since he's moved out to wing back.
Right, so I will swap Keats and Victory around then. Put Zagara and Estai behind Martin with arrows, please. Any way you want, of course. Standard. Victory into centre midfield. Real Light central. Bring Richie Wellens on for Victory, please, mate.
Victory Wellens. There we are.
And
yep.
And arrow on Real Light to AMC.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
10 minutes. And Fortuna make their changes. Umit Davala in Nakamura. It's an own goal from Tiernan. He's just come on and scored an own goal. Oh, he didn't click fully. There we are. 61. Apologies, Quinton. That minute might have made a difference. Ince on 85. Is that just fitness? And Larson on 84. That is a injury for him. Well,
Fucking Fifey putting the hand on his face emoji. I mean, let's have a look at both teams. Fifey, come on, really. I shouldn't have won the bloody 7 games I have won this season, in honesty.
Yeah, I'm just looking at when your next meeting with Flamingos is next game, isn't it? After the last time round, your 2 teams drew 0-0. So if your teams, that's my question here. What's going to happen next time out? Great sub. Whether Quinton has made any substitutes yet or not. Larson off for GX. Okay.
I didn't actually have Quinton round. That sort of man putting nasty comments out like that. But
who?
Just a Quinton.
Oh, the little catty comment of 2 thing. Can you see ratings? No, they can't. There we are. 9s for the 2 wing backs. I mean, fantastic. I mean, Umit Davala, what does he play with? 15 max for any position and any side as well. So it's an interesting one that he's in here. He's playing well. He's kind of dispelling editor quirks and whatnot. But that's what it's all about. It's all about finding players who'll defeat the curve. I mean, I might try a save playing an 11 all out of position. Apart from 10 out of position, playing the goalkeeper in and seeing how they get on. Hughes for Nakamura. Glandauer Hughes is coming on for a very, very rare performance here. We know what happens with that. Hughes again, another player with 15 max for any position. So we do know what happens, Dimmo. We do know what happens with it, or at least something happens, but not necessarily everything that you want it to happen every time. With 15 minutes to go, 30 minutes to go, just under, plus injury time. We'll see what goes on here for the rest of the game. Hughes has come off for Nakamura. Can he do anything? He didn't do anything last time out he played. Divisionale still 2 down after the wonderful own goal from Hannu Tiernan. We can confirm that something happens, yes. We can confirm that something happens. Something indeed. Chance again, Romeo it was, but right at the end of the game, will there be a consolation? Zagaro's missed the target. And Tyler kept his 8 as usual. But Ince and Zeriberto both with 10 out of 10 performances. Credit.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad, really. But I mean, look at that passes completed.
Well, what we got there? So, 82. That's high, isn't it? Actually, 82%. 74 is respectable.
Yeah, great performance by them.
10 with no assists. 12 dribbles. He's absolutely done, whoever's played in your right hand side there. Mike Duff. Duff's come out of the game with a 5. Oh. Yeah.
And people are trying to champion him that he's better than Stephen in seriousness.
I still think he's great. I think that's a very rare game for Duff to play that badly. But
yeah. But no, well done to Quinton. His side's decent. I think that insecure thing, I think he's having a good season because the teams above are a bit stronger as well. And he's doing well with a couple of little miffs, a couple of players that it's a bit too early for. Edge of 4, probably far too early from season 1. Peralta definitely is. Hughes getting a few minutes for banter just because he knew he had a game in bag.
He's got a 7 after his 5 first time out. He got himself a 7. Dimble's comment there. Can't wait to secure that government grant for CMO 102 research and go and spend 3 months in an igloo in the North Pole experimenting and probably playing a bit of Champ Manager as well. That's got to be said there.
I think the same could be very much same could be said about you, Five, with all the. For some reason, when you come on chat on a Swemp stream, you turn into a different cat. It's honestly.
I'm not going to go to the table and stuff right now. I'm going to go straight through to the next round of games because we have one more match, don't we? Aussie's Dream absolutely gutted. Their fans, they're for doing away with themselves. Scally banned, but I mean I will check what it's for because I do appeal if it looks dubious. Is it 2 yellows or Scally, or is it a straight red? He's barged him in the back. His second yellow. Silly play. And Montella's out for a month. See, this is what's missing in Super League, isn't it? Just looking at these news so everyone can just see it there and then. Upset. I think he might be gone. Let's see about this. Pens are banned. What was he banned? What did he do? Punched in the face. That's going to be an 8. He might be a ban for 8 games here. I think he's got an 8-game ban. I would not be surprised. Bindley got an 8-game ban. So we might not be seeing Penza for a while. 8 matches.
Right. I'm just going to say, if I drop off, I wish everybody good night. For some reason, my laptop's not charging it, and it's like bleeping at me. So
you're going to try and stay on, but
yeah.
It's yeah. Let's have to see what's happening. A punch is worth an appeal. Wood has gone and Duggan's gone. 2 managers live on stream.
I can't believe that.
Live on stream.
Absolutely.
He's gone. He's gone. Absolutely. What you on about, Dan? You do see news? No, live. Just going into it live. This is what I mean. Just having a quick look at things, seeing the reactions of things happening there and then. We do see news, but we see controlled news. So we go into the ad manager situation here. We have got what was he called last season when he joined again? Wooderinho coming in. I think everybody's Swedish, aren't they? And we go to Danglish. Take control. We shall change player. Just making sure I do this so that the teams actually don't start signing players or anything before my next game. I'd love to. It needs to be speeding up a little bit for these bits. We only see Fifey State Media. That's it. That's what I mean. So just a quick run, an obituary basically here. Not the manager's stats. Oh, Mr. Horse is top from, of course, winning the cup. But manager stats there. 15 games, won 6, drew 1, lost 8, scored 24, conceded 23. It wasn't the worst run in the world, but he's gone. What's Dimble said? A kiss with the fist is better than none. It's from a film. It's not from a film. It's a song. It's a song, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I can't remember whose song it is. I see some films about fist. And we add another manager. And we add in Mr. Duggan. And we go to Swedish, managing Red West Pacific, wherever they've gone. Take control. Oh yes. Yeah, I don't know many songs by them, to be honest. You know, I don't. Anyway, for Duggan in his role there as Chairman Doug. Manager stats: 2 wins, S scored 8, conceded 40. Loving the admin. There we are. Admin's always good to have a bit of extra stuff, isn't it? Just something random chucked in there at times. So, Gondor Megahorse. Steve's gone. So, yeah, I'm going to have to sort of... The expectation for Smuts was less. It was less expectation. So, are the players okay? There's no reason why the team needs changing. 4 players on yellow cards: Aigan Burma, Chihon and Marcelino Paraiba. 97s for Chihon and Aigan Rauch after they played in the Cup midweek. It is no expectations, hence the appointment. Well, that's one way of putting it. Anyway, that's the team for today. So back to pretty much what the first team might be. And for the opponents today, for Gondor, everyone's still available, which is good news for them. They're all at 100%. Gardner and Diop have big runs forward to Baron and to Carr. Bango, Perry, Vokolos at the back. And we go into this, and hopefully everything will be fine. Peter Bertlin refereeing, and we're away. So remember, as attacking as we want here. If they're losing, which obviously I'm not going to be responsible for doing that myself, it'll be slightly unfair. Well, I don't know if it's unfair or anything. It's a bit of a boring game, isn't it? That's what I'm going to say. One 0 Gondor. I missed it. I missed the goal. Didn't quite see it. Diop scored. It's 1-0, and that's great news for them. They are 1-0. Sacked and shamed 2 seasons back to back. Gondor at half time. Looking at their players, they're all okay, and they lead the way. And obviously the Diop Diop role is working very, very well. And no reason to change anything there. We'll do both teams at 60 minutes for this one, seeing as there is it's just me. So 60 minutes we will do for both sides. And it's a yellow card given there to Vokolos. Juskoviak putting the ball just wide. To Juskoviak, not on target. 60 minutes was suggested, but it's going through to 63. And anyway, Diop 83. These two in 83 and 84 are always down low on stuff anyway. But Aragon has a yellow card and Kearney is on the bench, so that would make sense. He's played there lots of times this season. Gardner at 85 is alright. He's not playing very well. So, I mean, I'm going to put the suggestion out there, and I'll do it by vote. So the suggestion would be Gardner and Diop swap, and Batata comes on the right instead of Gardner. Tell me yes or no, and I'll do it or not do it. Mega Horse all at 6s and 7s, very boring. Villy is coming off, and best sub I suppose would be to bring on Yashvili and anything else to happen here. Quinton says do it, which might be the change to do. Yuskovic has plenty of goals. Marcelino has changed position. Ho's not playing very well, but I will just make that one change. Dimos is not bothered, so I'll give it 10 seconds more, and unless I get any other suggestions, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that sub is being done. Batata comes on. 20 minutes to go. The game's still very much in favour of Gondor. There's very little going forward for Mega Horse. This could well be the top 3 all losing. Just a few minutes to go, and I think this might well be a defeat for all of the top 3. Can't see a goal coming. Good save there from Baron. Not enough going on for Mega Horse. Gondor look like they're securing a victory. Ashville's missed the target, and indeed it is 1-0. And there we go. So Diop man of the match. Oh, another person. Vor and go. That's not the same message as before. Diop man of the match. Absolutely superb for him. Well played. Chris Perry, 1,000,000 tackles. Fantastic play from him. And well, Timo Hildebrand, the only person walking away with any real credit for them. Quinton taking over Swemp next season. No, Quinton will probably not be in any competitions next season. Is that right, Quinton? Is that what you're suggesting, that you are done at the end of the season potentially? Anyway, let's have a look at the table and such like. Now Mega Horse dropped to 4th as Badgers go 2nd, just 2 points off the lead. Flamingos in 5th, Fortuna in 6th, Grove 7th. Look at that, 5 points between the top 7. Competitive. And then down towards the lower end of the table, Dangley's stayed where they were. I think they're going to resign before this season. Yeah, he stayed on for one more season, and then it's kept going. Tuna Tamer will be gutted. And a quick check on this. It's been a long show, so I'm making sure I get off now. 76, you don't play Chat Manager at this age. Anyway, for next time round, we've got Badgers versus Gondor, Blues, Sprungfelt, Boston Fortuna, Dangley's Pelham, Flamingos Divisionale, Grove Aussie's Dream, and Red West versus Mega Horse. 5 feet, what is your winning streak? Let's have a look. So far, games one in a row is 7. There we are, 7 wins in a row. Okay, just going back to those fixtures for next time again. A reminder of those, and thank you so much for being here, and I am going to head out of this now. Thank you very much, and good night.